Today we will demonstrate the proper setup, formation, and tips for squatting. The muscles that are being worked out during a weighted squat are first, the two major muscle groups of the leg, the quadriceps and hamstrings. In a squat, as you lower yourself, your hips are flexing. The gluteus maximus and hamstring muscles control that motion. Also, your knee is flexing, and the quadricep muscles control this movement. And finally, the ankle joint is dorsiflexing as the calf muscles control your descent. When it comes to sport-specific function, that is when during workout you do certain exercises that correspond to a specific sport. For example, with cheerleading, squats will help a person's leg to explode for a jump, or when lifting a girl, the base's legs are what is the most important part. Also, squats will immensely help a football player when running, and in certain positions, squats will help for defense against another team. When setting up your area, first make sure that the bench press is out of the way and set off to the side. Then take the bar off the rack and adjust the rack to the height of your shoulders. Choose between the 45-pound and 15-pound bar. Generally, majority of people use the 45-pound bar. You can squat with just this until you are comfortable to place weight plates on them. You can gradually increase these weights depending on your experience level and progression of your workout. If you wish, choose between one of the two neck protectors as shown. While these are optional, they are used to relieve stress on the neck and shoulders. Then select weights to place on the bar and make sure each side has equal weights so it is balanced and won't lean to one side more than the other. Next, place clips in front of the weights on the bar so that the weight plates do not slide off. Now, a very vital part of working out with free weights is having a spotter. As a spotter, you must be actively paying attention rather than just standing there, because one wrong move and the lifter could become severely injured. The strongest position for the spotter is to have your arms hooked under the lifter's arms and your forearms along their lats. As they lift off and get into position, step back with them and stay in place. The spotter should not come into contact with the lifter unless they are struggling to hold the weight. Move into position under the bar with your head in front of the bar while it is resting on your shoulders. You must keep your elbows and arms at the same angle as your torso. After making sure your spotter is ready to begin, lift the bar off of the rack and take a couple steps back. You want your feet to be a little bit greater than shoulder width apart and pointed slightly outward for balance. As you bend downward, your knees should point straight out and you should not let your knees bend past your toes. You want the knee to be moving in the same direction as the ankle joint. We cannot stress this enough as it can cause serious strain to the legs. To make sure this doesn't happen, try to roll or round your hips under. Also have your toes pointed outwards, just a smidge for better balance and control of the body. When lowering your body, keep your head pointed upwards and your back completely straight. Failure to do so can cause long-term spinal injuries and discomfort. Depending on your workout, do squats in 10 to 15 repetition intervals for 2 to 5 sets. Finally, after your workout is finished, you should place the bar back on the rack and release the weight clip so you can return the weights to where you found them. You then should return the racks to their original positions and remove the safety bars. After that, bring the bench press bench back to where it was. Now you know the proper formation and techniques for squatting.